fighting games are heavy as fuck. So is that your main takeaway from Mortal Kombat X as well?
Well, my main takeaway from Mortal Kombat X is it's startup. That's my takeaway. Shit ton of startup.
And yet at the same time, the game's covered in unfair mix-ups.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat X has one of the most bizarre balances I've seen for a fighting game. Because, like, I should note from the very beginning, we should probably start off fairly here before we jump into it. So, my version of Mortal Kombat X I've played is the PS4 version with all the DLC that I bought Mortal Kombat X on launch and bought all the DLC over time, whereas you have it on Xbox and bought XL, right?
No. I have it on PS4. I bought XL on PS4.
Ah, okay. I did not know that. All right.
Yeah, you just can't play together because the PS4 version is region locked. Remember?
Mm. Yes, I do. Damn it.
But technically, we can play together. It's just it will just have freaking Tekken netcode.
Yeah. Yep. And which Tekken will probably be the one we do next week, so prepare yourself for that. So, should we say our respective histories with the Mortal Kombat series?
Sure.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
I think you've probably actually got the history that goes back farther than mine.
Well, I started with the first game. I started with the first game on an arcade emulator, which, funny story, so how I started with Mortal Kombat was the second fighting game series that I actually recognized, because I did start with Dragon Ball Butoden, that was one of the first two fighting games that I did play, but I didn't know that Dragon Ball Butoden was a series, so also it would have been in freaking Chinese.
Yeah.
And yeah, I couldn't even read at that point, let alone Chinese.
Oh man.
So yeah, so what was how I got into Mortal Kombat was, one of my dad's coworkers at the time brought their hard drive over, which was basically formatted to be a MAME machine.
Like, a meme machine?
No, MAME, not a meme. Like, genuinely had nothing on it but just freaking Sega Mega Drive shit and arcade ports. Like, no operating system at all, just the emulator. I'm not sure how they did it, but
all right,
that's how I remember it. So that's how I played Sonic the Hedgehog first. Well, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I played that first. That's how I played Mortal Kombat, the first two games. I don't remember how I played the third one, but yeah, so I played the first game, the second game, I completely skipped the 3 and went with Ultimate 3, which is probably my favorite in the series still. I've played Deception, I've played Armageddon, I've played 9 now, I've played X and 11. So I've played basically all of the game. I played 4 too. So I've played all of the actual series titles aside from Deadly Alliance, I think.
Oh boy, so you've played the worst, huh?
Yeah, I've played the best and the worst.
Yep. Ooh. From my own personal history with Mortal Kombat, I believe that I would probably just been a little kid. And my family had a stance on, blood and gore of like, oh, well, as long as it's, clearly cartoon and fictional, and, good guys versus bad guys, it's okay. So I was allowed to rent Mortal Kombat Armageddon when I was a little kid. And I was very excited about that because I thought that game was very mature, which it was not. It was anything but.
It was borracho.
Yeah. And let me tell you, Armageddon being your introduction to the series roster, the roster is going to look like shit. Because Armageddon does not do anything to make anyone unique.
Not even that, but Armageddon goes steps to make people not unique, so...
Yeah. Like straight up ripping some people's movesets to give to others.
I'm pretty sure they did that with all of the cast. At least all of the non-boss cast.
Yeah, I think so. I know that there was definitely a lot of characters who had their fighting styles taken and given to somebody else.
Yeah.
Su Hao lost wrestling so it could be given to Smoke. I remember that.
No, it was Meat. Meat got wrestling.
Oh, you're right. What a silly game.
The one I remember was that freaking Ermac in the Deception that Ermac had Huachuan and Choi Foot. And Armageddon he only has Choi Foot, which was the worst out of the two.
Ugh.
At least from what I remember, anyway.
So I eventually was able to get the 3-pack of Deception, Armageddon, and Shaolin Monks. I enjoyed Deception a lot more. In hindsight, I guess Armageddon is the better game because Deception still isn't that good, and Deception has less than half the roster Armageddon does.
Deception is better because Deception has better stages.
Deception does have better stages. It's also got unique fatalities and not creative fatality.
Yeah. And also, puzzle combat.
Puzzle combat. You can't forget about puzzle combat. No, puzzle combat was MK Armageddon.
No, it couldn't have been because I remember chess combat. That was Deception, I think. I remember I remember puzzle combat, and then card combat was definitely Armageddon.
Yes, I remember that. And card combat actually wasn't terrible.
No, that's probably the freaking mode I spent the most time in Armageddon because I sure as hell wasn't fighting shit.
Yeah. There's definitely been a lot of YouTube videos where they go to record Armageddon and they're just like, fuck it, let's do car combat instead.
Who knew that Ed Boon was actually the freaking guy who would rip off Mario Kart right?
So yeah, it was not a great time period for Mortal Kombat. And around the time where I would have been developing some actual, critical thought, I tried Mortal Kombat vs. DC, fucking hated it. Which, can I just say Mortal Kombat vs. DC has one of the dumbest features in the series?
Helicopter.
I don't know what that is.
I think Wonder Woman has a jumping kick move where she spins, where she's basically T-posing, only her legs are in a V shape and her arms are on the side, I think. And she just spins, and that's the kick. And it's not even a freaking impactful spin. It's just like a small velocity, just spinning motion in the air until she reaches the ground.
That sounds really dumb.
And so people have taken to calling it Fannycopter, I think, which Fanny is British for vagina. So
I see. Well, I knew about that last part, but So yeah, it was a rough time period, and then Mortal Kombat made a big comeback with Mortal Kombat 9, which I pre-ordered because I was so hyped for it, and it was a really good game. But also, I was I would have probably been I was 13 at the time. And so I was very insecure about sexuality, and so I refunded the game because there are too many boobs in it. Yeah? Which with that particular game, yeah, there's too much. There's way too much.
You say that. I've never I'm actually probably freaking asexual because throughout my time with Soul Calibur 3, I've had to have people point out that the freaking titties are too big because I wasn't paying attention. and I'm not even talking about the characters. I'm talking about the freaking shopkeep characters where the tits are the size of the heads.
Oh, her, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
There's 3 of them, so.
Right, but one is worse than the other 2.
I think it was the blonde one that was worse than the other 2.
No, the redhead.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah. People had to point that out to me for me to actually notice that, yeah, the boobs are too large.
Admittedly, us being guys, we're generally less likely to have as reasonable an understanding of it. Also,
But
how young would you have been?
I would have been around 13.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known the realistic size for boobs either at 13. I mean, just in terms of every woman in Mortal Kombat 9 looks like a stripper.
But most of my family is women, so
I don't think I don't think up to that point they would have been really focusing on making sure you had a realistic understanding of boob sizes.
I'm probably not. But yeah.
So really, like the first Mortal Kombat I put a shit ton of time into was X, and at the time I really enjoyed it. And well, now we've got something else to say.
Yeah. I also
so I should know.
Yeah,
I want to get something in real quick just to make it explicit. I did not get to put in nearly as much time as I wanted with this game this week. I've been busy with school and setting up a wiki and all that shit, which realistically I should have known higher priorities, but school kind of hit me out of nowhere this time with a big assignment, so,
Yeah.
So I did not get to spend very much time at all. I did not watch any big combo videos. I did not watch any pro matches. I did almost no reading or research of any kind. So we're entirely going off of, for my opinion here, what I can remember of the old game, as well as just a couple, like, maybe 20 minutes of practice mode with Jason Voorhees and Kotal Khan. Because I'm going to be honest, like, the way the game feels, I was just immediately like, I'm not going to spend much time with this.
Yeah, I had that too, and then I got over it, because, once again, to me, I play fighting games, like, I play a lot of fighting games to have a general understanding of fighting games, or generally better understanding of fighting games as a whole. So, yeah?
I'm kind of resting on my laurels here just because I put like fucking 100 hours into the game 5 years ago, so that's what I'm sitting on.
Yeah. And so it's like, for example, from my recent time with Mortal Kombat X, I've learned how good a string starter jumping kick can be.
Oh yeah.
Not particularly useful in some cases, but it can be a good starter. So it's like, I started doing it in Mortal Kombat, and even in the Strive beta, my big chip mix-up, if you remember, was all cancelled upon the jumping dust, which was a kick.
Yes, I do.
So yeah. It's like, once again, I play a lot of fighting games, and I just switch between them all the time, because while I could pick one game and get really good at it, possibly, maybe, I won't claim that would be the reality, but there's always a possibility. But while I could do that, I find it more enjoyable to just take a bite out of everything, go around with whatever I feel like, and then when I come back, I can see, oh, I've become this much better because I now know that I can do this in general, or my footsies have become this much better. I now don't fall for this mix-up because I know that would hit like that, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's one of the things I always say about fighting games is that fighting games are hard to learn, but there's a lot of transferable skills. That once you've learned one, you're starting off very well in just about all of them.
Yeah. There's also weird transferable skills, like freaking air combat in Guilty Gear and BlazBlue, to me, does transfer to stuff like freaking Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, even though they don't have as much of an important air combat.
Yes. I mean, they still kind of encourage it, because every Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat character's got moves in their moveset that are clearly designed to be air to air.
Yeah.
So, the way I would describe Mortal Kombat X's kind of gameplay structure, I want to hear if you would agree with this, is like slow movement and stubby limbs. So footsies isn't really a thing except for just a few characters. But what limbs that are in range have tons of mix-ups. And there's a fair bit of... Well, there's more combo freedom than there is in Injustice 2 or Mortal Kombat 11, but less than Mortal Kombat 9. Like, I didn't put any time in with Triborg, but Cyrax isn't nearly the combo beast he used to be.
I'm not sure about the mix-ups, but otherwise I agree, because, like, you can be mixed up a lot, but after a while, if the AI or people repeat themselves too much, then you just look through it.
I mean, yeah, well, it differs depending on the character, of course.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Jason Voorhees has little to nothing in terms of mix-ups, whereas someone like Kotal Khan can't. Like Kotal Khan in the War God variation can really fuck you up, which is funny because in the other two variations, Kotal Khan's mix-ups are shit. Who would you say is like the best mix-up character? There isn't someone who has both a special that hits low and a special that hits overhead, is there?
Low end. Well, actually, the best mix-up character that I have seen so far, I think, is Demolition Sonya. Specifically, Demolition Sonya.
That would make sense. Sonya's always a strong mix-up character.
That and also her stun grenades, because she can send them out pretty quick. And while I don't think she can have two at the same time on the screen, she doesn't need to. She throws one on the ground, and then does a jump in. Well, are you gonna block low to block the freaking? Are you gonna block low to block the freaking grenade, or are you gonna block high to block her?
Injustice 1 Joker tech is what that is in my mind. There's definitely a lot of brutal Oki in this game. It's like there's a reason Mortal Kombat 11. No, let me change that. I shouldn't say there's a reason because people did kind of like what Mortal Kombat X did, but like you can see where Mortal Kombat 11 decided to go in the complete opposite fucking direction, can't you? It is like complete opposites, though, I want to just say. Because Mortal Kombat 11 characters move a lot faster and they have a lot longer limbs, but there's less mix-up possibilities, less Oki, and less big combos.
Yeah, less moves in general, really. Which is, that I don't like that, because the combos that they give you in Mortal Kombat are already pretty freaking lock you into motion enough already. So having 2 instead of 5 hurts.
Yes, it does.
Because yeah. No,
go ahead.
Because that's the main thing that I remember about MK11 is that, like, I could play noob, and I didn't completely hate playing noob in that game, but noob had like 2 strings that I could figure out, and neither of them were particularly great. And that's all he had, as far as I know. So it's like,
to be fair,
yeah.
To be fair, noob is his owner.
But you shouldn't design characters to be played only one way.
Yes, that is absolutely one of MK11's biggest problems. Like is that every character's just got a set way of playing them, and if you don't play any other way, you're not playing optimally.
Because I watched tournament footage from, I think, a couple of years back, Evo. I don't remember when exactly. But there was this Ermac player, and he really piqued my interest, because not only was he not playing in Master of Souls, but also the guy used the hover for a mix-up, which was pretty interesting in itself, but also used the hover as a projectile. Or instead of a projectile, I guess, to zone out the enemy, but when the enemy got close, they couldn't do anything.
Oh, right. Doesn't he have the ass slam for a... That isn't unblockable like Jax's ground pound, is it?
Yeah. I think you might be able to block it if you block low. I'm not sure.
Huh.
But yeah, so he used that for a new projectile, and when people got in, he just countered accordingly. And obviously, I wouldn't be able to do that shit myself because skill difference. But just the option to have that, to play a character both as a zoner and as a freaking like close range, I guess, rushdown character. I'm not sure if I would count it. At points, I would count it as rushdown. At points, but not on the whole thing. Yeah,
this character description sounds very familiar. All right, I'm playing slow / rush down character with a move where they enter the air and you can't predict which move they're going to do next. Who's this remind me of?
We've already discussed that I play Akuma in every game, despite of reality's limitations.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that like to me that was about that like as much as I'm not a big fan of Ermac and MKX, even though I'm not a big fan of Ermac and MKX, I'm more of a fan of him than anybody else. But like to me that's well designed because dude can play zoner, dude can play freaking rushdown, dude can defend, and everybody else, from what I could tell, had the same tools. But he should have been outplayed. He was outplayed. So it's like it's like they took a look at that and went and like freaking what's happening with what was happening. Maybe it's still happening with Strive. It's like they look at that and they go, okay, too much options, and just freaking ripped like freaking 2/3 of it away.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem that's increasing with fighting game development. It's one of those problems that, like, devs, if they looked outside of the fighting games as a genre, then they wouldn't be making this same mistake, but they just kind of are staying insular and getting confused.
Yeah.
Because, Overwatch or Counter-Strike Global Offensive is not making their game easier to access by removing depth or character variety. Which, Mortal Kombat X, yeah, there are definitely some cases where the characters seem to only be able to do one thing.
Certainly.
I will say the only pro match of Mortal Kombat X I've ever seen was an old Sonic Fox match. Him as Aaron Black versus I don't even remember who. But I remember it was weird because Mortal Kombat X is usually very, very aggressive and mix-up heavy, unless you're playing a zoner. And he actually managed to pull off footsies with Aaron Black, though mostly by using caltrops. And you used to play Aaron Black, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did you use the caltrops much at all?
Not really, because I didn't let people in. I didn't need to let freaking words. Didn't need to let people in. Like the only times when I would have been in caltrop range, I used pocket sand. So.
Who would you say after Ermac is your second favorite character on the roster?
Probably Kombat Kano.
All right. Yeah, I'm also a pretty big fan of him.
Yeah, the thing with MKX is I don't usually like Kombat characters. I can like them. I can like them somewhat, but I'm not as big on them as you are. But then MKX is like, the MKX makes everybody just, like everybody's normals just bad enough that I'm like, okay, Potemkin.
Yeah.
It's you.
Well, I mean, if they can't poke you out anymore, then command grabs are a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Another key thing with Mortal Kombat X and command grabs is that you can juggle people into command grabs. That's pretty important.
Oh, yeah.
Because most fighting games don't let you do that, but
they
MKX
shouldn't.
Totally will. What?
And they shouldn't. That's
no, they really shouldn't.
That awesome idea is so vile that they never should see the light of day. That is one of them.
Yeah.
Like unless you're being juggled into an entire grab, you shouldn't be able to be grabbed out of the air.
No. I mean, like, if you couldn't command grab someone out of the air, though, two of Jason's 3 variations would be shit. Okay. I guess I should go ahead and say who my favorites in the game are. But yeah, I main Ravenous Molina, Slasher Jason. I think that's pretty much it.
I play Undying Jason.
Yeah, Jason's a really fun character because Because Jason's the only character whose playstyle fits Mortal Kombat X's weird, slow movement, but aggressive playstyle.
Yeah, who would have known that if you freaking move really slowly, like a shambling corpse, the character who fits that best is the shambling corpse.
Yep.
They really should have added meat, just so we could have a shambling corpse down.
They should have just done like Mortal Kombat 4 and give everyone a meat skin.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that one of the variations of Jason, whichever one it is that he can teleport, is it the unstoppable one?
No, that's I don't remember, but I do remember the teleport move.
That teleport is one of the fastest teleports in the game.
Ah.
Which makes Jason one of the faster characters on the roster if he's on that variation.
Can he do it in air?
No, unfortunately not.
Because yeah, that's one thing that I figure out with MKX is that if you have a character with an air teleport that hits, or like that gives the option of hitting, jump in kick can be cancelled into the teleport move, and there's your juggle.
Yep. Scorpion and Ermac are both capable of some pretty brutal mix-ups and cross-ups with that.
Yeah.
Will never be used because this is MKX and supers are dog shit. But did you know that Scorpion can make his super into a teleport if he holds back
Yeah.
when he does his super? It's a pity that X-rays are shit in Mortal Kombat 9 and X, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I still use them semi-effectively against Goro.
Why specifically against Goro?
Because he was being an ass, so I thought like punishing him.
Oh, so you're just armoring through his fucking jumps?
No, I got him up in a juggle and then ended the juggle with the freaking with the X-ray just because he was being an asshole.
Oh, okay. I mean, using an X-ray every now and then, like Sonic Fox would do that just to fuck with people. But I mean, otherwise, you can get better damage off of just one or two chunks of meter.
Not all times, though, because I do remember I did actually check, and at least with the string that I set up, burning 2 chunks of meter actually does less damage than just using the X-ray, or actually burning 3 chunks of meter, yeah.
Right, but with every chunk of meter that you spend, there's kind of a diminishing returns as the combo goes on because scaling kicks in.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? All right, the next question is, if you got to choose one character to remove from Mortal Kombat X's cast, who would
Devora.
you? Devora. Really? Why?
Bug people?
Oh, okay. So it's nothing to do with her gameplay. You just hate her character.
Yes. Yeah, I hate wasps. She's a wasp woman, so I'd want her gone.
So you're saying you're not one of the people who wants to put your dick in her?
No, unless my dick is a really long metal tube that's on fire. No.
I just the fucking stupidity of some people. Just the idea of someone being like, "I'm gonna fuck that bee." My dick's covered in bees.
It is hip to fuck bees.
It's hip to fuck bees. Damn it! All right, is that episode even gonna be out by the time this recording releases?
Maybe, I don't know.
Hip to fuck bees. Damn it.
It's the truth of this world. It's the truth of Earth now.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Raiden now must leave and consult the other gods so much what he should do.
Elder gods, I do not want to fuck that bee. And then one of the elder gods is, but thou must. They just teleport Devora in. Show me what you got. Oh, for fuck's sake. I think I'd go in the relatively similar direction for the character I'd remove off the fucking roster. Alien.
I don't even consider the freaking movie tie-ins actual characters aside from maybe Jason, because aliens.
Predator's great.
I don't like Predator.
Leatherface is a fucking terrifying mix-up character.
Eh. They did nothing for me. Jason has command grabs, so I'm fine with him. But not only is Alien not appealing to me, which is the best way I can put it. He also got the Tarkatan shit, and no.
I can deal with that. My problem is his like that low run he does. That the startup might as well be one fucking frame.
Oh right, one other thing that this is nitpicking, but I really dislike how the freaking aliens' blood doesn't dissolve people's skin when it freaking gets on their skin.
Oh, it gets worse. Because have you ever done a fatality on him with Kotal Khan or Melina?
Yes, I know what you're talking about, but
ain't that the dumbest shit in the world?
It's sweet acid.
Like, I would actually love if Kotal Khan had a unique fatality for Alien, where he rains the fucking alien's blood on his face and he dies. It starts melting off the skin off the front of his skull, and he just goes, "Oh shit!" and then he falls over.
Yeah.
And the announcer just says, "Harakiri."
The announcer says, "Friendship again."
Oh man, fucking Melina. Oh god, how horrible would that be? Eating the alien. Now your insides are melting. How fucking stupid can you be?
Both her insides are melting, and so are her hands.
Yeah. Maybe that's no. Wait, that's the inverse. Can I just say, okay, all right. So, who's your favorite character design on the roster, visually? Because I already know my answer. Personally, I am a big fan of Mortal Kombat X's redesign for Melina.
I'll never like Melina, I don't think. But yeah.
Well, I think the biggest part is really the addition of making it where she has human lips in the middle, but not on the sides.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings her back a little human, which makes it more unnerving. Which, I mean, especially considering that Melina's kind of at her worst in this game in terms of psychology.
Yeah.
Like, she was always, cannibal on some level, but Jesus fuck, it was never as bad as that second fatality. Jesus, that fatality is one of the most horrible in the entire series.
Baraka's death really hit her hard.
Yeah. Yeah, Baraka's death really hit her so hard, she was like, I'm just going to help myself a bunch of humans.
I'm just going to be Baraka.
Yeah. Well, Baraka didn't eat people up until Mortal Kombat 11, so... But Baraka was vegan until Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah. My favorite character design is probably Ronin Kenshi.
That one's a pretty strong one. With or without the head wrap?
With the head wrap. Oh no, without the head wrap with the glowy eyes and the mask.
That is a very good one, yes. Just about all of Kenshi's designs are pretty strong in this game.
I'm not the biggest fan of most of the designs in this game. In fact, I think you can cover all of the default ones in not one. Like...
Oh, right, that was a big thing we disagreed about like a year ago, wasn't it? Bearded Kenshi?
I don't mind Bearded Kenshi.
Ah, alright.
I think I might like Bearded Kenshi more than Clean Shaven.
Yeah. What do you think of primary costume Kotal Khan?
Yeah, I'm not too big on the aesthetic looks and stuff because I have no real freaking connection to it, and like it does what it's supposed to good, but I'm not in love with it.
But would you agree with the popular consensus that Kotal Khan's secondary costume is the worst in the game?
Which one's that?
The one without the green face paint and all that. The pre-Khan Kotal.
Yes.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Yes. Also, I just really want to point out, like I feel like this needs freaking pointing out because it's on Warhammer Nihon levels of naming freaking civilizations. Kotal Khan is not Aztec, he's Oshtek.
Oshtek. See, I think that's fine though, because he inspired the Aztecs. Like that's his lore. Is that 2,000 years ago he went and 1,000 years ago, closer to 1,000 years ago, he went to the real world. He went to Earthrealm and went to the ancient pre-civilization Aztecs, probably the post-Olmecs, and was like, "Yo, you should dress like this and call yourself the Aztecs and eat people's hearts, bros." And the Aztecs were all like, "Rad." So that's why the names are so similar.
Yeah, that's
which
fine.
Is a little bit silly. It's weird how both Kotal Khan and Aaron Black really kind of carry the implication that this shit has been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
I think they still haven't really confirmed what's going on with Aaron Black's lore.
Oh,
there's been a couple. There's been a couple times they've implied that he's even older than, the Wild West. He's more than 200 years old.
Well, the one that I'm taking as canon, because I haven't seen anything disputed yet, is that Shang Tsung stopped his aging. As for when, they never said, but Shang Tsung stopped his aging.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the best solution to go with up until they provide something that's just supposed to be concrete, permanent.
Yeah.
And if they're smart, they'll never provide anything concrete, permanent, so that we can keep speculating till the end of time. Though it does raise the question, so Shang Tsung can stop Aaron Black from aging, but he can't stop himself from aging? Though maybe that's because his sorcery drains his youth.
His soul machine broke.
Yep. Or maybe Shang just really likes the taste of souls. Huh. A little bit of Hannibal Lecter there. Hannibal Sung. I ate his soul with a glass of Chianti and fava beans. Okay. So, what do you think? Okay, first things first. Did you ever try Test Your Luck?
Yes.
It's not as good as it was in Mortal Kombat 9.
It's alright.
It's still got some annoying bullshit ones, though.
Yes.
Fucking magnetic floor is the worst.
I don't remember which one I hated the most. Well, I know which one I hate the most, but it's not a specific one. It's the entire category of random character we didn't want to add throws shit on the freaking screen. You die.
Yep, that one's all over the place. And they cut out the best ones from Mortal Kombat 9. Armless combat and headless combat. Did you ever see those?
I did unlock headless combat, but I didn't check Test Your Luck too much. So I'm not sure if I don't think I got it. Also, I didn't test it.
So it was kind of a weird little modifier. Obviously, your character's head got ripped off for headless combat.
Yeah.
And if your character's head was missing, I forget. I think they just lost access to some special moves. Some characters may have lost access to all their special moves. Like, Reptile got really fucking gimped by headless combat. Particularly since he lost Acid Spit. And armless combat ripped off the character's arms and lost them the ability to do any punching or arm-related special moves whatsoever.
Darkseid from freaking Injustice 2, I see.
Yes! It worked really well for Sub-Zero, though. Oh, and you couldn't block either. Oh, fuck, right. Because blocking needs arms. Oh, boy. Sub-Zero was real scary at that time. Oh man, I appreciate the little goofy joke modes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you think of Mortal Kombat X's? Let's say, well, here I've actually picked a really specific feature of its gameplay, but I actually want to hear your opinion on it. What do you think about the fact that neutral jump punches give a full combo, a ground bounce for all
I'm
characters?
not in love with it. It reminds me too much of Armageddon. And like it makes the game easier, so it's fine by that standard, but I don't know. I feel like having the same or additional tools with us for forwards jump would have been better for at least for me, because I prefer having it that way.
My thing there is simply that neutral jump moves in general are kind of defensive. So to me, it like almost comes off as kind of a move of like you have to read that your opponent's going to go for a move and whiff, and that you're going to hit them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you can't really just walk up to someone's face and then do a neutral jump. Though this being Mortal Kombat X with everyone's stubby limbs, maybe you can.
Who knows?
Admittedly, everyone in Mortal Kombat X has a universal anti in the uppercut, so you know.
Yeah.
Which I think that's probably. I like having specific anti-airs, but at the same time, a universal anti-air like Guilty Gear and Mortal Kombat X. Mortal Kombat and Guilty Gear both have universal anti-airs for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of do wish that with some moves on Meter Burn you could cancel the uppercut into other shit, though.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Like,
There are
yeah.
a couple characters I think that can combo with their uppercuts. No, that might be Injustice then. Yeah, I think it's Injustice. Fuck.
Because I was playing MKX, and even MK9 I noticed that I'm doing the uppercuts, and I'm like, man, if the recovery wasn't freaking 30 years, I could have done a jump in there. I mean, there's only really like a couple of seconds between when they land and when my hands are in jumping position, so I miss Roman cancels a lot.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of combo canceling, did you ever figure out run canceling combos?
No, I don't. I don't even know how to run.
Oh, well, running in Mortal Kombat X exists for a specific reason. In Mortal Kombat 9, you could cancel dashes into blocking, which meant the dashing in Mortal Kombat 9 is safe. Because at any time you can just switch to blocking.
Yeah, I've noticed that it was annoying.
With Mortal Kombat X, they didn't like that, so they made it so that if you press the block button when you dash, your character just runs instead.
Ah.
And in Mortal Kombat 11, they undid that, and now it's back to safe dashing.
Okay, then yeah, I have done. I think I might have done it on accident, but
Well, supposedly the really big combos in Mortal Kombat X are dependent on run canceling, and I never figured it out. Which is apparently bad, because I guess Jason has a lot of run cancel combos. Despite being Jason fucking Voorhees, you know, go figure.
Yeah, Jason Voorhees has a lot of run canceling combos. Also has a surprisingly good air game. If in fact he's the only character with an air dash in MKX.
Ha! Oh man, there aren't any characters in MKX with an air dash, are there?
No, neither should there be.
That's weird to think of, because there's lots of characters in Injustice that have air dashes. Weird, that never occurred to me. Is there any character with any kind of air maneuverability? Other than Ermac flying, I guess?
Yeah, Ermac's flying. I'm not sure if you would count Sonya's dive kick here.
I mean, yeah, there is dive kicks, yeah, which that's Sonya, Kung Lao. Doesn't Tanya have 2 dive kicks?
Maybe, I didn't put a lot of time with her.
And of course, Scorpion and Ermac both have their air teleports.
Yeah.
Boy, Ermac's really the king of air in Mortal Kombat, isn't he?
Yeah.
Guess that's why they make him fly in all the fucking current games.
Funny how things turn out, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah. Hmm.
Do we want to talk about the story? I guess we've talked about it a fair bit for all the previous ones.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about that. I want to moves, freaking words. Like,
Cyber Sub-Zero might have some air maneuverability that I can think of.
I mean, Cyber Sub-Zero has his dive kick as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Does Raiden's freaking whatchamacallit, the Psycho Crusher thing count?
The gibberish depth charge.
Yes.
I believe he does have that in the air. Yes.
No, I know for a fact that he has it in air because I have it in an air combo, but I'm not sure if it counts as air maneuverability. There we go.
I'd count it. Yeah.
And yeah, he's the other one next to Ermac, which is why he stole the freaking flying ability from Ermac in MKX. So yeah, the story.
It is not as good as it was in Mortal Kombat 9.
Honestly, honestly, for a couple of years, I was all behind this freaking whole big one cinematic story shit, and I'm just like, go back to arcade modes, y'all, because
there's gotta be a better way to do this, because NetherRealm's got it real fucking bad.
Yeah, like
what a
all of the freaking ways that quote unquote people have done it good, in my opinion, are bad, because Mortal Kombat the Mortal Kombat 9 was okay, but still, like, if you wanted to play freaking as Ermac, guess what? You don't. So stuff like that. MKX and 11 are even worse. Tekken 7 is bad. So
Tekken 7's is the worst.
Yeah. I think it depends on which characters and freaking storylines you prefer. Because I like Tekken 7's story better than any of the Mortal Kombat. Well, any of the Mortal Kombat that I've played through, because I haven't played through 9's story mode yet. But
when's the last time you played through Tekken 7's story mode?
Like a year ago.
Because that was pretty fucking bad.
I mean, really, the thing that I have between those is that Tekken 7 has moments that I like, and Mortal Kombat doesn't even have that, so...
Right, but the story is fucking ass.
Yes, in all of them.
Well, at least the fucking story in Mortal Kombat X makes sense. Tekken 7, it's like, oh, the fucking satellite. So everyone forgot about fucking Kazuya being the devil, the literal devil. What? Oh, and Jin's not there for the entire fucking story except for the last minute. Oh, we got the narrator who just doesn't give a shit. We have the fact that for the revelation that for some fucking reason, Tekken 4, 5, 6, and 7 all took place within a period of 4 months. Tekken's 1, 2, and 3 took place over 20 years. And every other Tekken took place over the course of 4 months. 4 fucking months. You can't just have a Tekken tournament every month.
That's what they want you to think. Tekken is actually UFC.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Oh my god.
But yeah, I think the big reason that I dislike freaking MK story mode as much as I do is that early Mortal Kombat, which I mean the 2D era, had a problem with ninjas. This era of Mortal Kombat still kind of has a problem with ninjas, but it also has a problem with army people, and I couldn't care less about army people. So
yeah, that's definitely there.
Because if you don't care about Johnny Cage or Sonya or any of the other people who are related to them, including 2 ninjas that are in the freaking Earthrealm army, well, tough luck. You don't get the story mode.
Yep. It's it's the problem that, for one thing, Johnny being changed as a character. I guess they decided that they couldn't have Johnny be a sympathetic hero if he was still Hollywood jackass. Because I guess that's not relatable. So they kind of made him old military vet for some reason, which definitely detracts from Johnny's character. And it's weird because he still keeps aspects of the Hollywood, and that's still the best parts of Johnny.
Yeah.
When Johnny remembers that he's Hollywood, he's one of my favorite fighting game characters of all time.
I wouldn't go that far, but I do. I like Hollywood Johnny Cage. I don't like freaking modern Johnny Cage.
One of my favorite little things for Johnny is the the character select screen on Mortal Kombat X. He's like on Twitter on his phone, and every time you press a button, he's like, "Huh? Oh, all right, whatever." And he gets back to tweeting because he's Johnny fucking Cage. But like Cassie and Jackie have had a serious problem of just being too similar to their parents.
Yeah, that's why I dislike them. Freaking Takeda was the most interesting one to me out of the Kombat kids, but even he's too army for me to see the freaking Shirai Ryu in him, so I don't, and so I don't care. And then
Takeda's not even army; he's just sci-fi for some reason.
Yeah, and then Kung Lao is
Kung Jin.
Tim. Kung Jin is there. He doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
honestly, like people say that freaking he was a big step because for representing gay people and stuff. And I don't know, because I'd be embarrassed to have Kong Jin represent me. No, Kung Lao. No, Kong Jin. Yeah. Freaking dude's so forgettable that I don't remember him mid-sentence.
He needs more to his character than I am Kung Lao's cousin. I am kind of an asshole. I was kicked out of the Shaolin monks because I'm gay. That's it.
Yeah.
And he needs more to his moveset than bow, you know?
It's not even a proper bow. It's a staff. It's a staff bow. And it's bad.
I mean, him being the character with the staff is fine, except they can't make up their minds whether or not Raiden and Sindel are also staff characters.
Yeah.
Fuck's sakes. Like, Kung Jin is going to need, like, a serious overhaul in terms of character to make him unique the next time they do him. Jackie, they keep presenting good stuff that can make Jackie interesting, and then they just don't do it. They just aren't willing to pull the fucking trigger. She has a fatality in Mortal Kombat fucking, she has an X-ray and a Mortal Kombat, fucking fatality, whatever, in Mortal Kombat 11 where she uses Aegis reflectors, but she can't actually use them in gameplay.
Yeah, I saw a big rant about it actually. Guy, I'm not sure if the guy was talking about the animations in general or just how the characters are handled in Mortal Kombat X11. But they actually pointed it out that there is the Aegis reflector fatality, I think. You can't use it in gameplay. It's made to video game for it to be believable that she's doing it.
It's so fucking... Like, it's like with particularly Mortal Kombat 11 that they're just so scared to step away from the Shoto archetypes, you know? Or just about every special move for most of the characters. Like, there's some, like, Oki stuff, but otherwise it's mostly, like, just projectile. Here's a move where your character charges forward. Here's an anti-air, right?
Yeah. Which makes everyone boring.
Yes.
Because...
yeah. Jackie does, like... Jackie also in Mortal Kombat 11 is very close to being one of the only characters that can do Roman cancels, except that she only has it on 2 or 3 moves, which is fucking stupid. Oh, for fuck's sakes, now I'm getting mad.
Yeah. I think we're both getting... Yeah.
And she's got an MMA version of her dad's gotcha grab. Like, now I'm getting salt because the thing is, I really like Jackie, especially in Mortal Kombat 11. So it bugs me that they are still kind of gimping her, you know?
Yeah, I personally don't care for her because army. And that's basically...
Mortal Kombat X Jackie is bad.
Yeah, that too.
Like, her character design is not good in Mortal Kombat X. Neither of her costumes are. And Mortal Kombat 11, her vanilla design, her primary design is pretty bad too. But her alternate costumes, like her fucking wind jacket and the dresses, the African-inspired dresses, they both look great. It's just the main design. Every time they're like, Bionic Commando, and then they just kind of, because it's like, well, they're like, oh, well, it's Jackie's daughter, so she's got to look like it's Jack. Jackie is her own daughter. Yeah, that good work, Brain.
Jackie went back in time.
No Captain Marvel bullshit. None of that.
Jackie
no
went
Carol
back
Danvers.
Jackie went back in time to have sex with Jax to have herself.
So Jackie is Jax's daughter, so I guess we got to remind everybody by having every fucking aspect of her design look bionic, even though she's not a cyborg, unlike her dad. Fuck. Cassie's fine. The jumpsuit design in Mortal Kombat 9 is not great, and I think the combat suit design in Mortal Kombat 11 is not great either. But I mean, like, she carries over enough of her dad's punk-assishness, you know?
Well, the thing is, I'm fine with her dad being a punk ass because he's been a punk ass for freaking 30 years. I'm not as fine with her being a punk ass just because her dad is also a punk ass. I expected more of her.
I mean, Johnny's the old guard of punk ass, and she's like the new hotness of punk ass, you know? She's still got one of the best fatalities in the entire series.
Yeah, I feel like that's where we're gonna freaking disagree.
Oh, yeah, I think we're gonna entirely disagree on just about all the I think are the best and worst fatalities, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, what is your opinion, the best fatality in MKX?
None of them.
Ha!
I genuinely, I actually don't like any of the new fatalities. I feel like they go too much into the illogical violence and not enough into the whimsical shit for anything to look good or be good.
But you don't like Cassie's selfie fatality.
No, I like the small like Facebook thing that they did where you can see people commenting and shit with all of the characters that they didn't add commenting under the picture. I like that part. Also, too bad that you actually need to pause the video and look at it that way so you can actually process what's going on. Every other part, I'm not. No. Like it's better than most, but I'm not the biggest fan of that either.
Okay, then, like, to set a baseline for what is your idea of a good fatality, what is your favorite fatality in the entire series?
In the entire series, probably freaking I forget its name. The one where Scorpion takes off his mask and burns the guy, or the enemy.
That one is definitely a classic. Continue.
Yeah, because the thing with me and fatalities is that I like fatalities to not take too long. I like them to make sense violence-wise. I like them to make tell me something about the character other than what they used. So, like I like the classic fatalities that they have in MKX because they end fast and they're not too they're not gory just to be gory. They're gory because a guy's getting cut in half and they're dead. They
graphically look terrible though.
Did you mean in MKX or otherwise?
In MKX, the classic fatalities do graphically look terrible.
Yeah.
Have you seen Melina's classic fatality?
Yes.
It was silly in the old games, and it only got sillier with time.
And I like that. I like that freaking cheese. I like how cheesy it looks. Because I like my fatalities to be funny. I don't like the thing is, to put a comparison, like I like Kung Lao's old fatality where he cuts the guy in half with the hat. It ends fast. It doesn't look too gory, but there's some gore. It doesn't really tell you shit about the character, but whatever. It's there to kill a guy.
It tells you that his hat cuts through things.
Yeah, it tells you that he has a hat. If that fatality was made today, I feel like it would be he cuts the guy in half, kicks through their chest so there's a hole in the middle, and then dislodges their head, rips apart the skin on the head, grabs the brain and starts eating the brain. And
then puts the head in the hole he made in the center of their.
No, because the body's fallen over, so he puts the remainder of the head on the freaking crotch area of one of the halves. And then,
I'm pretty sure you just described a Melina fatality.
And then stomps on it.
Yep, definitely a Melina fatality.
Yeah. But like that's my thing. It's that the worst one I can bring up is also Scorpion fatality. The worst one that
Mortal
immediately
Kombat
causes
9 Scorpion fatality.
No, the Mortal Kombat 10.
Oh.
I've actually not played Scorpion, so I don't know his fatalities in 9, but
yeah.
So one of the worst ones that immediately comes to mind to me is Scorpion's first fatality in MKX, where he does a fireball that goes through the enemy's chest. Then the enemy starts dangling from somewhere, who God knows where. Nothing happens with the heart, he just cuts them in half. That's the fatality. Why did he do the fireball? Who knows? Heart. And it's and that freaking makes me angry that they do this shit where it's illogical. There's no rhyme or reason to the violence, and it doesn't freaking tell me a lot about the character either. Because I can see from the gameplay that freaking Scorpion uses fireballs the same way I can tell that Kung Lao has a hat. So
yeah. Well, that one bugs me because it feels like it's two fatalities that they just were like, fuck it, put them in the same.
Not only that, but it's two shitty fatalities that they stitch together badly.
Well, I think the fireball fatality would be fine by itself because the heart drops in and dangles from like the one remaining vein. I think that's a neat visual. Like, I think there is one difference you and I have is that some of them I can appreciate the viscerality of something. I think they go too far sometimes, but they're like Mortal Kombat 11 had several that made me straight up uncomfortable.
Yeah, me, I don't get uncomfortable because after a point I just turn it off in my brain because like I see Melina ripping a guy in half and eating his intestines and I'm like, yup, that is sure that she is a Tarkata woman doing her thing. Like,
well, that's a character establishing fatality right there, ain't it?
Yeah, I mean that one does do that job well. That's one of the better ones if you look at it that way, but. Like, there's none to me that stick out as being really freaking good or really memorable because they're all just, oh, here's a guy getting crushed into freaking tomato paste. His eyes popped out. Oh, goody. Like,
Kotal Khan's is pretty strong, the first one. His second fatality is pretty bad, but his first one's pretty strong in terms of all of the parts.
Yeah, the first one is pretty good. The second one is probably one of the most illogical ones that I still don't get, because
it's so fucking hilarious how stupid it is.
That's the thing.
The idea that if you squeeze someone hard enough, the blood pressure will get so strong your head pops like a balloon is just so fucking stupid.
I don't know, because to me that's stupid in a different way than old stuff was. Because Melina's kissing fatality or whatever, the one where he eats people the first time.
Where she sucks them up like they're a standing soup.
Yes, that one. that one is funny because the visual of this skinny woman, one, being a monster, two, soup people, and then three, she turns around and spits their bones out because she doesn't need them. That whole setup and visual thing is just funny to me. Kotal Khan bear hugging people's heads to pop isn't the same thing to me because I feel like that half feels serious to me. Like that feels like it's supposed to show me that Kotal Khan is really strong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the key thing you leave about the Mortal Kombat Melina fatality is in Mortal Kombat 3 when they started getting really ridiculous with the bones, Melina would like spit out multiple rib cages and skulls.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. I'm trying to like think of what I would consider the worst fatality in the game. Because like to me, the best is either Cassie's selfie or Kodal's heart rip. Here's John. Really?
No, I like Here's Johnny.
Here's John. Yeah, I was about to say, because I think Here's Johnny's one of the best. Oh, but Johnny does have one of the worst, though. That second one is terrible.
I don't remember his second one. Which was that?
The fucking one where he just smashes their face into the ground repeatedly until their face comes
You're
off.
right. You're right. You're right.
That one is so fucking generic.
It is.
What's another one that I'm not particularly fond of? Reptile's fucking one where he spits a bunch of acid on their... no, actually, that one's okay. Huh.
Or like 30 people ripping out his intestines through mouth.
That one's really bad. I think the worst one out of those is Brycho's.
I forget Brycho's, yeah?
With Ermax, it can be a little visceral because he's doing it with telekinesis while you're still alive and all that.
And then Duckett does it with the shitty-ass freaking sword whip.
Yeah, but it's a little visceral to imagine, like, the blades inside somebody. But, like, Brycho's got 2 fatalities, both of which start off identically. He takes his big jug of rice wine, and he forces it down your throat. And the first fatality, which I'm actually okay with, he then lights a match and force feeds it to his opponent, and then the opponent explodes. Which I'm okay with. That's a little creative, and it's a way to use alcohol. Brycho's alcoholic.
Yeah.
The second one is that the alcohol is so rancid and so strong that the opponent coughs up a little bit of their intestine, then falls over, then Brycho stomps on their chest and they spit up a little more intestine. But that's it.
Yeah, that's shit.
Really, that one's pretty bad.
Really, for Brycho, what we needed, the fatality what we needed was, for one of the fatalities, Brycho does freaking Melina's ass slam, lands on the guy's head and just farts their freaking skin off their face. That's a Brycho tier fatality.
If Ed Boon had direct control of the fatalities, I'm sure he would have done that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that is one of... I think that actually is one of Brycho's brutalities, actually. Like, I think you straight up described it. Like, at the very least, it's an ass slam that kills them and then a fart. Because it's Brycho, whatever.
Yep.
He's not as bad as he was in the 3D trilogy, but he's still pretty bad.
Yeah. Also, the brutalities, I feel like, are better in MKX than the fatalities.
Yes.
Because a lot of them are...
Hang on, I want to hear if we agree on this. Brutalities is the best new feature edition of Mortal Kombat X.
Yeah, I can't raise anything that's good, let alone better, so...
It simultaneously raises a more simplistic and straight-to-the-point alternative to fatalities, as well as giving you a little mini-game to flex and steal souls.
Yeah.
Because there are some of those where it's straight-up soul-stealing. Like, hey, I had to basically play really suboptimally to get this one. Fuck you.
Yeah, and then, so, like... The thing is, a lot of brutalities in this game are fatalities just better. Like, literally, the fatalities that the same character does, just done better. Because it's faster, doesn't have as much freaking illogical shit. Like, for example, you can just kill a person with a freaking DX Fireball, a Scorpion, and it does the same thing as the fatality, more or less. Only it's like a quarter of the length.
Yes, and because every brutality is a variant of a move that already has normally, then it usually still establishes something about the character.
Yeah. My favorite brutality. Sorry to cut you off. I don't remember which move he does it out of, but Quan Chi has a brutality where the ending of he has it out of, I think, his teleport or something like that. But he has a brutality where he sends the enemy into the teleport or something like that. The enemy disappears, Quan Chi starts cheering, and then blood rains down upon him from the teleport.
Oh, that one is a good one. It reminds me of one of Scorpion's best fatalities from Mortal Kombat 9, which I'm not going to spoil for you.
Like, they really should have actually given a shit about the blood effects for that one brutality, at least, because it looks like garbage. It looks like Dick Jello freaking sliding off of Quan Chi's water resistant skin.
Mortal Kombat, everything in Mortal Kombat X is like really puffy looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like everything was painted with enamels. My personal take, which I know you're just going to inherently disagree because of the character it's attached to, but my personal favorite brutality is Devora's one where she sticks one of her fucking ovipositors into the person and impregnates them. They fall over and then a bug bursts out of their fucking chest. Like a xenomorph.
That should have just been an alien brutality. Or even
a
fatality, because the alien fatalities suck.
Actually, I think Alien has the same brutality, except he uses the egg set of the ovipositor. But otherwise, yeah, same brutality. Complete with the chest burster. They probably would have already had the animations and assets in place, so fuck it, why not? Now, the real question is, can Alien do it to himself?
Maybe.
Can we see an alien get face hugged and chest bursted?
Actually, I do think that the freaking aliens are the worst fatalities in the game. Now that I think about it.
One of them is, I think, yeah, one's a little bit of a generic one. Like the Alien Queen one, though, I'm not huge on it, but I've not watched Aliens.
The Alien Queen one is shit just because all the Alien Queen does is just rip the person apart.
Right, but it's a reference to the movie is the big thing. Now, the really funny thing is, in the movie, when the Alien Queen does that in the movie, she does it to a robot that can't be killed by that. So she just rips the robot in half. And then the robot's like, don't worry, guys, I'm okay. As he's missing his legs.
Nice.
It's just a scratch.
But
I like to imagine the Alien Queen walking away. Oh, running away, see?
But like even like that freaking fatality has so many freaking issues. Cause like whatever, if the motion is a reference, cause Jason's fatalities aren't the greatest in my opinion, but I can see the references. So if it's a reference, fine. Put an actual freaking environment around it, so it's not in a freaking dark void. Like.
Well, I think that's how it was in the movie. Was they were in darkness and the Alien Queen appeared out of.
But in the game, it does. I don't think it freaking comes out of the darkness. It's already in the darkness. It's like they just freaking loaded up a black room, and then the Alien Queen was in there waiting for the animation to play.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
like they could have made it look better.
Well, hang on. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and say the Predator's fatalities simultaneously aren't references, but they're shit anyways. So I think they're worse.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Two terrible ones.
The Predator is all around pretty shit. By which I mean the brutalities and fatalities. I think the gameplay wise we'll disagree, but
oh, he's got one good brutality. The trap brutality where he skins them. That one's really good.
Yeah. He does have that one, but every other thing, cause freaking fatality where he shoots them, shit. Brutality where he shoots them, same thing. Fatality where he puts a disc in their head, shit. Fatality where he puts a disc in their head, same. Or did I say fatality again? I can't tell.
Yeah, but it's the same difference.
He has the same two moves as both fatalities and brutalities because we ran out of ideas, I guess.
Yeah, it's the thing about the Predator is that the Predator. Well, I mean, the Predator doesn't really delight in killing people in unnecessarily fucking gory ways, and if they want to stay true to the character, you know, he just wants to kill. He doesn't want to kill and make it look particularly bad.
But then they could have done so better with doing just that. Have the opponent run away and have the Predator throw a dart at them.
Well, the real
yeah.
Have you ever watched Predator?
Yes.
He should have had a brutality that was what he did to the Jesse Ventura brutality. There should have been one, you know?
Yeah.
Where Predator turns invisible and then he just from behind explodes a hole through the opponent's chest out of nowhere.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Jesse Ventura.
That
He's dead in our hearts.
that reminds me, freaking the blow hole in their chest thing. Reminds me, Kano's freaking first fatality is shit.
Oh, super. The second one is even more shit. Kano got 2 terrible ones. Do you even remember his second fatality?
No.
He just throws 2 knives at them.
Oh, right, that.
That's a solid contender for worst fatality in the game.
It is. Honestly,
like, here's the thing. We're talking about worst fatalities. The worst fatalities are the ones we can't even fucking remember.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? You know who was the winner of the fatalities out of the movie, guys?
Who?
Fucking Leatherface.
Yeah.
Oh, that second fatality is one of the most disturbing in the entire series. Oh, fuck. But it establishes who Leatherface is. It sure does.
Is that the one where he puts the face on after?
No, that's Shinnok's brutality, actually.
Oh, right.
Which makes it doubly. It makes it really funny if Shinnok does that brutality to Leatherface, because Leatherface is already wearing somebody else's face.
Triple face.
Yeah. And the brutality looks really stupid on some characters. Like if he's wearing Melina's face with her fucking teeth.
the alien's face.
Yes. Predator's face is real fucking bad.
But like I'm imagining this with Shinnok in his freaking like I know it's impossible, but I really want to imagine like Shinnok with the freaking the alien's face. It's melting into his face, mind you. The alien's face, also skeleton hands.
Yeah. Oh Christ. Unfortunately, those are different variations, but that would have been real great. That is the most confounding brutality to me. Because there's nothing in Shinnok's character that indicates he likes to wear people's faces. But he can do that, I guess.
They should have added Reiko just so he can have the brutality. If you're being honest.
Oh wait, it took me 5 years. I just now got why Shinnok does that. Because when Shinnok was introduced in Mortal Kombat 4, he was a poor man's Shang Tsung, right?
Oh right, yeah.
And there wasn't enough processing power to make him turn into people, so he just copied their movesets. It's a reference to that. Now he can finally look like them by ripping their faces off. I get it. That's silly, but I get it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Shinnok was shit back in the day. I mean, he's not great now, but he's better than he used to be.
Yeah.
One of these days, one of our little watch something stupid together events where we just record us watching something stupid, we should just have all 3 of us, including Pink, watch the Nintendo 64 endings for Mortal Kombat 4, the arcade endings.
Yeah. The many deaths of Jared. Or Jarek?
Jarek.
Yeah, Jarek.
Wrong, Jarek. This isn't a brutality. This is a fatality. Natsuki! Oh, man.
And then Cyrex is there with his faceplate removed for some reason.
Yeah. He's just there in the background, not doing anything. Don't mind him.
No, he's
posing.
No, he's even on the freaking. He's even on the like bed, the raised bed. Like it's just in the background.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You know that one's a classic, but I'm really fond. Well, I love Scorpions. Scorpions in 64 arcade ending is fan-fucking-tastic, and if you haven't seen it, wait until whenever we decide to record that, because it's amazing.
I have seen all of them multiple times, but I don't remember them, because why would I?
Wait, have you seen the PS1 version or the N64 version?
Both.
Okay. Scorpions is... I love Scorpions. Tanya's is a fucking classic.
Wait, is Scorpions the one where he like trips Sub-Zero?
That might be Sub-Zero's. I don't know. There's one where Quan Chi donkey punches one of them in the back of the head mid-sentence, and it looks fucking hilarious.
I think that might be one I'm thinking of, because from what I remember, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Quan Chi share the same ending room.
Very similar, yes, I know that. Ton is just so fucking great. Oh man, we have to do that sometime.
Yeah.
That is one of those classic examples of just laugh at stupid shit.
Yeah.
Anything that happened in the Mortal Kombat series between 1995 and 2011, just in general.
Kung Lao, yeah, no. Liu Kang, reset the universe, and it dates back to Mortal Kombat 4.
Oh no!
Imagine the freaking. I don't even know how they make that work, but they should. Liu Kang rebuilt the universe. We're back on N64.
Oh god. Liu Kang, you did it wrong. You fucked up. Liu Kang, the worst god ever.
Yeah.
Not my god.
He didn't consult the elder gods, so instead of MK12, we get Mortal Kombat Armageddon again. It's not even a release; it's just a port.
Oh man, yeah. I guess Liu Kang would at least be better than Raiden now. Raiden would be like, I must consult the elder gods on my consultation to the elder. And near universally, the elder gods' answer is fuck off. We don't give a shit. Eat shit, Raiden.
Do whatever you want, Raiden. Go watch YouTube, Raiden.
Yeah.
That's the response.
Raiden just goes watch his YouTube and he's like, oh, wouldn't you know that there's just some random Indian dude on YouTube that finally has the answer for how to defeat Shao Kahn. It's always some random Indian or Chinese dude. And I'm just like, there's just this random Indian dude in like his garage filming a video like, hey, I found this solution to stop Shao Kahn from taking over the Earth realm. All you gotta do is...
Shao Kahn is locked up in his basement. He's torturing him on video. Shao Kahn is yelling like, you can do this to me, I'm your Khan.
And now I'm just imagining the fucking Thor Ragnarok meme, right? Where Shao Kahn's just going to Raiden, you can't beat me. And Raiden goes, I know, but he can. And he points back and it's just a fucking random Indian dude.
Yeah. The random Indian dude flies in because Raiden allowed him to fly with his lightning powers.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
He has no other powers, he can just fly. And then Shao Kahn sees him and then runs away.
Are you a virgin that can't beat Shao Kahn? Try this one simple trick. Oh, for fuck's sakes. You know, just yesterday I was thinking, you know what? There's not enough stupid bullshit on fighting games are. I'm going to bring some stupid bullshit tomorrow. I didn't have to. We brought it together.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. All right. So, overall, what would you say about Mortal Kombat X?
It exists.
I would say it aged worse than I expected, and it's only been 5 years.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat X has aged worse than it should have, and 11 will age even worse, in my opinion.
We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see.
It'll depend a lot on what updates they make, you know?
Yeah.
All right. So, for once, I think we guaranteed know what we're doing next episode. Oh, wait, no, we don't. Because we know it's Bamco, but will we be doing Tekken Tag 2 or Tekken 7?
Or 6. We could also do 6, because we do own that, I think.
Right, but I think we want to start with one of the good ones.
6, I liked 6.
Yeah, 6 is alright, it's just not as good as Tag 2 or 7.
I honestly liked 6 more than Tag 2.
Really?
Yeah.
But there's no Dr. Boskanovich.
Yeah.
I guess it would depend on how... Like, do you really like the bound combo system?
not particularly.
Okay. Oh, customization?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Customization and overall aesthetics.
It's never going to get as good as it did for customization as it did in 6, you know?
Nope.
Because the budget got put there instead of balance. All right. So, which do you think we should do? Tag 2 or 7? Well, I guess 7's hotter with the kids nowadays.
Yeah, but we can't talk about all of the DLC characters, all freaking 30 seasons of them.
All right. Well, yeah, if we want to wait for us to get around to purchasing that, they may take a while.
Yeah, come back to Fighting Games R, episode 5000, where we discuss Tekken 7.
Yeah, Geese Howard is such a great character. So tag 2 then?
I guess, yeah.
All right. So be ready, folks, for 2 weeks from now. The next episode, Fighting Games R for Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Are we ending the recording here? Because I really got to take a shit.